question. You're a little fuzzy on your end. For now, let's go to Dan Savage.
Evan, a few days into camp now, just how are you feeling? How's training camp coming along, and what are you seeing out of the team so far?
We made really good progress after day 4. So we have our first day off tomorrow. We've been going really hard for 4 days. Today we played 2 full quarters. So legs are getting tired, but I think we are really heading into the right direction. We're playing better and better. The intensity is great, and the overall energy and enthusiasm is good. It's really good. So there's a lot of things to be happy about. We still have a lot of work to do still. Especially offensively with the plays and the continuity. Stuff that we're trying to accomplish and be better at this year. So looking forward to next practice.
Okay, Simon, let's try you again.
Oui. Bonjour Evan, question du coup pour The Free Agent. La saison dernière, c'est une saison record pour vous avec presque 19 points de moyenne. C'est votre 7e saison avec Orlando. Qu'est-ce que cette saison du coup signifie pour vous?
Pour moi, cette saison, ça ne change pas vraiment des autres. C'est toujours la même chose en fait, c'est-à-dire qu'on essaye toujours d'apporter quelque chose de nouveau dans son jeu individuel, de continuer de progresser, de franchir des paliers année après année, et puis à titre collectif, c'est la même chose. Ça fait 2 fois qu'on sort des playoffs dès le premier tour avec une seule victoire, donc on va essayer de faire mieux ça.
Très bien. Merci.
Dan Savage.
Evan, obviously, just transitioning for a rookie into the NBA would be a lot for anybody, but without a summer league and a shortened training camp, I imagine it's even tougher on Cole and Chuma. How have you seen the rookies progress? I know Steve Clifford mentioned that, and Terrence also mentioned that it was a really good day for Cole today.
Well, Chuma has been with us for the whole season, so he's in a different spot really than Cole. It's definitely a lot to take into Cole. That's what I told him in the locker room the other day, is that really they have it the hardest way possible. They have to learn everything, especially for a point guard. He has to learn everything that we're trying to accomplish. He has to take on a new role, and he has to do it in 3 weeks. So that's going to be a lot for him to take in. But I really like what I'm seeing as far as his focus and his intensity. He's really determined to be a good player. You can tell he's really trying to learn, but at the same time, he's not afraid of it. And he has this, attitude about him that I really like. He's a confident player, and I'm sure he's going to do well and help us. But his attitude is terrific.
Edgar Grelot.
Bonjour Evan, en plus du contexte, c'est une saison particulière avec les Jeux Olympiques en bout de course. Est-ce que ces JO avec l'équipe de France sont un objectif personnel pour toi et comment ces Jeux impactent ta manière d'aborder la saison?
À part te dire que oui, bien sûr que j'ai envie de faire les JO et que je suis impatient d'y être. J'ai pas d'autre à dire, j'ai pas vraiment d'autres réponses à part que de toute façon j'ai une saison NBA à faire en premier, et après ce sera l'heure des JO, mais bon là c'est beaucoup trop tôt pour en parler, c'est pas le focus.
Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey Evan, obviously you've been playing with Vooch for a very long time. What would you say is the most underrated aspect of his game?
Good question. Well, I would say that he's underrated, period, as a player. Because obviously the Magic, we aren't like a big market, and we aren't on national TV at all, as you guys know. So I would just say him as a player is underrated. So it's not necessarily a part of his game because people would have to know you first.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Evan, just to kind of piggyback on that a little bit, Vooch is sort of the face of the franchise with the Magic. You've known him for a long time. The way that he prepared for that playoff series and the way that he came out and performed, what kind of an effect can that have when the guy who you look at as the face of the franchise, he was an all-star 2 years ago, the way that he played, what kind of an effect can that have on the rest of the team?
What kind of an impact can what have? Sorry.
I'm sorry, the way that he prepared and played in the playoffs last year, considering the struggles that he had the year before. This is your face of the franchise. What kind of effect does his playoff preparation and performance have on the rest of the team?
Well, outside of saying that, we need him at his best, I'm not sure what to answer. We expect the best from Vooch. I mean, he's our focal point offensively. He gets a lot of touches, so if we're gonna have success, like, we need him to play at his best. As far as the effect on us, I think it's just like on any other teams. When you see one of your leaders struggle, it push pressure because you have to do more, I guess. But as far as his preparation, it's so personal. He's doing his preparation. I'm doing mine. Marquin is doing his. So we all focus on ourselves first. Do you know what I mean? So the effect that it has on us individually, I'm not sure what to answer. Sorry.
Philip Rossman-Reich.
Hey, Evan. Obviously, it's a difficult camp for the rookies, but I'm sure it's a different camp for you guys that have been through this before. How has this camp been different, and how do you kind of guard yourself against saying, we need to be at X point before the season begins, with how kind of condensed everything's been?
To be quite honest, so far there's nothing really different for us. I think the thing that's really gonna change is that we only have 4 games. We only have 4 games, and usually we have like 6 sevens, and the first couple, you just play 15-20 minutes to get in shape. You play the first quarter, you play the third quarter, and then you're done. I think the approach is gonna be different, and that's how things are gonna be a whole lot different from years past. Is that every minute that you spend on the court for preseason games are going to be really important, because we only have 4 games. We're going to have to get ready, and you have to get in game shape. So I'm mentally prepared to play 30 plus minutes for those preseason games. If it happens, good. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I'm preparing for that.
Okay, we'll go back to Simon Espinosa.
Du coup, avec le départ de DJ Augustine et Michael Carter-Williams cet été, est-ce que vous sentez que vous avez plus un rôle de mentor auprès de Cole Anthony et Markel Fultz? Est-ce que votre rôle change dans le backcourt?
Non, mon rôle ne change pas. De toute façon, c'est ma 9e année en NBA, donc forcément j'ai un rôle un petit peu de vétéran désormais, donc avec certains départs ou pas, ça n'aurait pas changé. Je reste moi-même. Je sais pas trop en faire. Je reste moi-même. Et puis on suivra l'évolution, mais en tout cas moi je suis dans le même registre.
Merci beaucoup, Evan.
Okay, Dan Savage.
Evan, you've been teammates with T. Ross for a while now. How valuable of an asset is he, especially coming off the bench, when you guys know you're going to the bench, that you have a guy like that who can instantly come in and provide offense?
Well, you just answered your own question. So, well, I mean, we call him the human torch for a reason. T. Ross is one of the best 6 men in the league. He's obviously extremely important for us. He's coming off the bench, but he really is a starter. And more than just his shooting and scoring ability, that's the energy he brings to the team. And he's a great teammate. He's a friend of mine. And so just being able to play with him is a privilege. So I'm having a lot of fun with him.
Okay, we have time for a couple more for Evan. We'll go to Jamie Say, WKMG.
Hey, Evan, if we could get back to Vooch for a second. You guys have played together for so long. I'm just wondering, how much trust you have in him when you guys are on the floor together that he'll make the right decisions, and how does that impact your game? And also, as you guys continue to play together, how much do you embrace those opportunities that you guys get to play together?
Well, it got to a point with Vooch where it's becoming more and more like automatic. Like on the two-man game that we have, I know exactly what he's gonna do, and he probably knows what I'm gonna do. So we have obviously a very good relationship on the court. And the thing with Vooch is that he really added a three-point shot those last couple of years, and it puts even more pressure on the defense now. So just playing with him makes me better because it gives me more opportunities. So I'm thrilled to play with him, and like I said, we really help each other out there on the court because we can both drive and shoot. So yeah, we both gotten better and better, year after year. So it's great to see us, grow as a duo for sure.
Okay, last question for Evan. We'll go to Josh Robbins with The Athletic.
Evan, I'm curious, what are your initial impressions of Chuma after you've seen him play a little bit in scrimmaging for the last several days?
He was very nervous. He's a great guy. He's a big body. I think he's going to be more comfortable at the four to start because he still has to get used to the pace of the game. He hasn't played in 2 years, so it's a lot. He can shoot. He can really shoot. And I mean, we'll see. It's kind of hard to really judge a player on 4 practices. You can definitely see things he does well, but 4 practices isn't enough to have the full scouting report on the player. So looking forward to seeing him play during those preseason games. But hopefully he's going to be aggressive. He's going to be aggressive because you feel like he's not being fully. How can I say this? Like he's not aggressive enough yet. He still has a lot of steps to take in, like plays, like positioning, knowing the 4 and the 3. So he's thinking too much still, and I think a big reason is because he's nervous. And once he gets past that, then we're gonna see the better version of Rich.
If you at 21 years old had to miss 20 consecutive months as you rehabbed an injury, how difficult would that have been to overcome? In other words, I guess what he's facing is not easy.
I can't answer that. I have no idea. I mean, I could speculate. I could say it's hard, but really, I have no idea. I have no idea how hard that is, and just being able to trust your body. I think that's the main thing for him. Like, is he gonna trust his body to be, strong enough to play out there? So of course it must be tough. But like I said, like you should ask him because I have no idea.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Evan.